Hello! We have a guest today for story time. His name is Rehan. He's Arab's friend. If you're new here.
I am a neighbor.
Yes, and he's a neighbor.
He's my neighbor. He's in 2103.
You don't have to tell the tower number, Arab. All right. So, if you're new here, this is Arab. This is Mama. And that's our neighbor and Arab's good friend, Rehan. Oh, that's such a sweet message, Ulpa. All right, we missed you yesterday. Not sure if you missed us. We missed you a lot yesterday and day before yesterday. And that's why we are back with a very, very special story. And we are going to Europe today.
Hi, Adu. And hi, Neerav. And hi, Kashvi.
Hi, Kashvi. How are you finding Singapore?
So many people are here today.
Yeah. All right,
Come
guys.
on in, Mr. Guest.
Guys, are you ready to visit Europe with us? We
Yes,
have never
I am.
been to Europe. Have you been to Europe? Arab, have you been to Europe? No, we haven't, right?
I did.
Oh, Rehan has been to Europe.
I went to Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands.
Wow, looks like that's Western Europe. Today we are going to Eastern Europe, okay? Let's
Have
go.
you gone to Legoland? Yes.
Legoland is in Malaysia also,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
All right, Arab, ready with the magic song?
Yeah.
The magic hat is shaking.
The magic hat is
Shaking. The magic hat is shaking. All right, Arab, the magic spell.
Can you make some space for our guest here?
Yes, Arab, the magic spell now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The magic spell. Agadabra. Boom!
Boom, what's
The magic
that?
hat almost landed on our guest.
Hey, the magic hat has some special fun facts about Europe for you. Do you know how many countries are there in Europe? Can anybody guess?
Funny guy. Funny guess.
How many countries are there in Europe?
They're like infinite countries.
That's absolutely wrong. Arab, can you guess how many
1
countries?
second.
That's Eastern Europe. This is the full map of Europe. You see, this is the full map of Europe. And
Yeah.
this is the Eastern Europe with the light colors.
So you're looking at Western Europe.
I'm looking at the full Europe
I don't
continent,
know.
European
I don't know
continent.
how much.
Okay, I'll give you some clues. 39, 40 or 44.
44.
That's right! Europe has 44 countries.
What a lucky guess for me.
That's right.
By
And
the
this,
magic person.
and this is the Eastern Europe. See the countries in
Good
Eastern
one,
Europe?
guest.
Arab, see the countries which are touching Russia,
Oh yeah.
Belarus, Ukraine, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. They have such fancy names, right?
Yeah.
And then there is Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, like Hungary.
I am so hungry.
I'm so hungry.
Wait, I want to see the light.
And then there's Czech Republic, and there's Slovakia, Poland. Oh my God, Croatia. Wow, nice. So these are all the countries in the Eastern Europe.
What
Now-
about Bulgaria? Also, Croatia was in the finals in 2018 Soccer World Cup.
Wow, that's a cool fun fact for us. And now I'm going to share some more very cute and hilarious, funny fun facts with you. Are you ready, guys? So, Arab, in Eastern Europe, shaking your head, it doesn't mean no. Do you know what it means?
What?
It means yes. So, people in Eastern Europe, especially in Bulgaria, they do not nod their heads to say yes. What do?
They don't.
They shake their heads to say yes.
Like when we see
So
no.
let's try. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions, and if it's a yes, you have to shake your head. If it's a no, you have to nod your head.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
let's try it out. Is your name Arab?
Your name is not Taro.
But that's how they do in Eastern Europe to say
Yeah, I
yes. Okay. Are you wearing red?
Yeah.
But what do you have to do in Eastern Europe? You have to shake your head to say yes. Okay.
Sweet buddy.
All right, so that's fun fact number 1. In Eastern Europe, you have to shake your head to say yes. All right, you don't have to nod your head later, buddy.
Wait.
Fun fact number 2. Eastern Europe, many inventions happened in Eastern Europe. Do you know Arab CD-ROM? You know the CDs?
Yeah.
That was invented in Eastern Europe. First digital watch was invented in Eastern Europe. Jet engine was invented in Eastern Europe. Fountain pen was invented in Eastern Europe. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They are very good at inventions. Can you tell me one invention that happened at Eastern Europe?
CD.
Okay, CD-ROM, that's right. And
Digital watch.
digital watch, that's
CD.
right.
CD.
CD is also correct. Anything else can you recall?
Engine.
Jet engine. Very good, Rehan. Anything else can you recall?
No. What about you? You're very good at guessing.
It's not guessing. He was listening very well. Fountain pen.
Ball fountain pen or something.
Yay! Awesome. Now, can I tell you one more amazing
Can I tell
fact?
you something?
Yes.
I think our guest is the space monster. He said I need some space.
All
Because
right.
I can't
Acha,
see my face.
you know what? World's second largest building in the world after Pentagon is in Eastern Europe. You know the name of the second largest building in the world? It's the Romanian Palace of Parliament in Bucharest. It is the second largest building in the world after the Pentagon Tower in US.
But what about the Paris? Yeah, Paris, Eiffel Tower.
No, largest building. I'm not talking about tower.
I thought
The
Malaysia-
world's largest building. The first largest building is? Which is it? I just said it.
In USA.
In USA. But
Yeah.
what is it called? What is it called? The first largest building in the whole world. They're discussing.
Why are you wearing a mask? You can take it out.
Okay, it's the Pentagon Tower in USA, in Washington. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Pentagon in Washington is
I
the
think
world's largest building, and the second largest building is in Bucharest. It's called the Romanian Palace of Parliament. Okay.
I think I know the third building. The
Which is it?
Malaysia Twin Towers.
Is it? I'm not too sure. Hey, anybody, can you fact check for us? Is Malaysian Twin Tower the third largest building in the whole world? Can anybody help us to check? Now, let's visit Eastern Europe and let's find a story there. A story is waiting for us. Are you ready, guys?
I guess that is
Say hello to everybody, Rehan. Now we are going to the story.
What type of funny face you are?
And here is our story.
My leg hurts. 1 second.
Yep, the story is here. Whoopee!
Yay!
The story is about a big, quiet house. Have you been to a big, quiet house?
No, I thought big houses are noisy. Small houses. And look, how is a quiet house with so many animals in it?
So many animals in it.
And it's so quiet.
Arab, you know, and Rehan, this is a folktale from Eastern Europe. Okay. There once lived a man with a very small and noisy house, and he was annoyed by it because his house was very small and noisy.
I know that. There's a book written by Julian Donaldson.
Is it? This book is written by Heather Forrest.
Yeah, but in like when we read it, it's by 1 second.
I don't quite Arab, what is that?
Sir, I have to tell you something.
Yes.
Do you remember one of our books in Storytime, another book, was also written by
Heather Forrest, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Arab is right. So meet this man, Arab. Say hello to him. Rehan, say hello to him.
Bye bye.
No, this is the starting of the story. There was once a man whose house was very small. Okay, Arab?
Smaller than an ant?
Can't be smaller than an ant, right? It was cluttered with things from wall to wall. What all things can you spot on his house? Everybody.
Guitar.
That's right.
Curtain.
That's right.
Obviously.
Oops. All right. So I want you to look at the screen so that you can tell us what all you see in his house.
Laddu.
Laddus. Okay. What else?
Laddu. Picture.
Yes. And
And this thing, what do we call this? Plate.
photo frames, right? So Arab,
And a jug.
yeah. So there was once a man whose house was very small and cluttered with many things. Okay, Arab?
I think I know this story.
So every day he would say in a miserable way, I need more room. What was he complaining, Arab?
I need more room. space like the space monster.
Yes, that's right. One night, he tossed and turned in his bed. You know why? Because his wife's snoring and his children's giggling annoyed him. Wife was snoring and the kids were giggling and it annoyed him. So he covered his ears and he grumbled, "There's too much noise. If I had a quiet house, I'd be able to sleep. So noisy in here."
Hmm.
Yeah?
Mhm.
As he lay awake, he thought about the wise old woman who lived at the edge of the village.
Oh, I thought it was White's old man.
Perhaps, he thought, she can solve my problem. And he threw off his cover, jumped out of bed, and he went to seek the wise old
Woman!
Aha!
I had the wise
He
old
knocked
woman.
impatiently at her door. No, 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 no. Like, how do you knock impatiently, Arab?
I am not patient. Please open the door.
Not like that. You know, when you're impatient, you, like sometimes when you
Like
ring
slam
the bell,
the door.
yeah, and you do not wait for somebody to respond. Like the ideal rule is you knock once or you ring the bell and then you count till 10 or 15 counts, right? And
No.
you wait for the
Yeah.
person to open
You
the
also
door.
made this rule. Ring the bells 2 times.
Yes.
And first time count to 20. Second time also
Count to 20. If you don't count and you keep on ringing the bell, that is impatient, right?
And annoying.
And annoying. So he knocked impatiently at her door. She slowly opened it and said, "It's the middle of the night. Why are you here?" "I can't sleep," complained the man. "My wife snores the whole night through, and my children, they annoy me by giggling."
Who would giggle at
What can a tired man do? "Can you possibly solve my problem? I need a big, quiet house. I don't need a small and noisy house," he said. The old woman scratched her head just like you did yours. And she considered a moment and then she said, "Solve your problem, huh? Yes, I can. But first, I must think of a plan." And what could that be? Her face spread with a smile. She said, "Go home and bring a big red chicken in the house with you." What do you have to bring? What do you have to bring?
A big red chicken from the farm.
Right. "A chicken?" asked the man. He was a bit confused, a bit bewildered. What is bewildered?
Confused.
Confused. Why would she ask me to get a chicken, he thought in his head. Right, Ara?
Yeah.
Yeah? How can a chicken solve his problem? But he went home and he did as she told him to do. She was the wisest woman he knew after all, right?
Hmm.
So he caught a big red squawking chicken. Can you see the chicken?
Yeah.
And he brought the chicken into the kitchen and let her go. The chicken strutted under the table. And he thought, how in the world is a chicken going to make my house bigger and quieter? He wondered. Then he went to his room, he climbed onto his bed, pulled the covers to his chin, and he tried to fall asleep. Hey Arab, do you think his problem will be solved?
No. Then he will again go and then like.
We'll find out, okay? Meanwhile, the big red chicken crept out from under the table and wandered into the children's room and began noisily pecking the son and daughter. Cook, cook, cook.
Oh.
Yeah? Book, 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 like that. That's a good chicken sound. The wife tumbled with a thump onto the floor and she chased the chicken. You know what happened to the wife, buddy?
What?
She tumbled with a thump onto the floor from the bed, you know. And then she started chasing the chicken. Feathers were flying.
Look at their mouths.
Yeah. Feathers were flying. Say with me. Feathers were flying. The children were crying. The wife was sighing. And the man couldn't sleep. One more time. Feathers were flying. The children were crying. The wife was sighing, and the man couldn't sleep. He threw off his covers, jumped out of bed, and went to the wise old woman's house. Sounds familiar. He knocked impatiently at the door. She opened it and said, "It's the middle of the night. Go to sleep." "That's impossible," he moaned. "I brought a big, red, noisy chicken in the house with me. Feathers are flying. My children are crying. My wife is sighing, and I can't sleep. Can you solve my problem? I need a big, quiet house." The old woman said, Solve your problem, huh? Yes, I can. I just didn't tell you the whole plan earlier. So this is the whole plan." She said, "Now go home and bring a goat, a horse, a cow, and a sheep in the house with you." What all to bring?
A goat, a horse, a cow, and a sheep.
Sheep. Okay. The man said, "What? A goat, a horse, a cow, and a sheep?" He was totally bewildered. "How can these animals make my house bigger and quieter?"
But it's making smaller and noisier.
Yeah. So he went home and he did as the old woman told him to do. After all, she was the wisest woman he
Knew.
Correct. So he got all these animals into his house. Now I want everybody to see what's happening in the story. So I think I want to make the picture bigger for you all. Okay. Then climbed clumsily over the animals because there was no space in his house. All the space was taken away by the
Animal.
That's right. So he got onto his bed, he pulled the covers to his chin, and he tried to fall asleep. The sheep began to loudly sing, "Ba." The goat chimed in with a lively "Ma," and the cow joined in with a melodious "Moo." And the horse snorted and grandly sang, "Neigh, neigh, neigh." The singing and snorting woke the big red chicken, who wandered into the children's room and began noisily pecking the son and the daughter. Again. The wife tumbled with a thump onto the floor, can you see? And chased the chicken away. Feathers were flying, children were crying, the wife was sighing, and the man couldn't sleep. He threw off his covers, jumped out of bed, climbed over the animals, and went to the wise old woman's house, storming. He knocked loudly on her door. Move back, buddy, a little bit. She opened it and yawned. It's the middle of the night. You should be asleep." "That's impossible," the man shouted. "How can I sleep with a chicken, a goat, a horse, a cow, and a sheep? There is no room to walk in my house anymore. Animals are everywhere, from wall to door. It is even noisier than before. Feathers are flying. The children are crying. My wife is sighing, and I can't sleep. You said you would solve my problem. I need a big, quiet house." The old woman replied, "Solve your problem? Oh yes, I can. I didn't tell you the whole plan. Now put all the animals back to where they belong." "Good idea," exclaimed the man. He wasn't confused this time because he definitely wanted to get rid of the
I think I know the plan now.
Hey, wait. We will see, okay? We will read it out. He went home, gathered all the animals, and he herded them all into the barn. Then he returned to his house and opened the door. To his amazement, Arav and Rehan, his house was not small anymore. He stared with wonder at the rooms. Now that all the animals were gone, his house seemed so empty. It looked remarkably bigger. Hey, do you think the size of the house increased?
No.
No, it's just that now he can appreciate that his house is not that small,
Yeah.
because he realized that there could have been more people or animals in the house and it could have looked even smaller, but now it looks bigger
Bigger.
because all the animals have gone. Now he climbed into his bed, he pulled the covers up to his chin, and without the singing and snorting of the animals in the next room, his house was so quiet. He could hear the gentle snoring of his dear wife beside him, and it didn't disturb him anymore, Arav. He could hear his children giggling too, but that didn't disturb him because he has had a noisier house than that, right? Because of all the animals. So these ordinary sounds, like the gentle snoring of his wife or the giggling of the children, were no longer noise to him. They were music to his ears. He smiled and thought, what a big, quiet house. Next time I moan the whole day long, complaining about what is going wrong, I will stop and count my blessings first. You know, it could always be worse.
With more
That's true,
animals.
right?
Yep, with more animals.
I have all the animals in my house tonight. I don't know what am I gonna do. And with a sigh, Arav and Rihan, he fell asleep. So, what did you learn from the story today?
That just take all your animals in and all your animals out. No, and then
You learn to take the animals out. Okay.
no, and then everyone will become sleepy if it's the middle of the night, and then everyone will just fall asleep.
No.
No.
What else did you learn
I
from the
can tell, I
story?
can
Yes,
tell.
tell me.
I learned
Huh?
that we always should appreciate what we have. We should not think that,
Correct.
I want this, so let me get it. I want this, I'll
Right.
get it. I want this, I
Yeah.
should get it. No,
That's
pass me that,
right.
pass me that.
Because it could be worse, right? Just
Yeah.
like with more animals in the house, it was worse for the man. It could always be worse. So you should count your blessings, what you have, and should not complain about what you don't have. That's what the man learned from the story, and that's what we learn from the story, isn't it, guys?
Sometimes I do complain about what I have.
Sometimes you do complain, right? So are you ready for today's quiz? So we are going a rapid fire today.
Oh,
Are you ready for the rapid fire?
What's a rapid fire?
Okay.
What's a
First
rapid
question of the
fire?
rapid fire. Which animals, like name the animals which the man got into his house?
A goat.
Shh. You have to whisper it into my ears, and all the friends out there, you have to write it down in the comment section. Rihan, you come from the other side and whisper in my ears.
A chicken and a cow and a horse.
Yeah, Arab told me 4 of them.
And what else was there?
Arab is trying. 4, still 4, Arab. Think about it.
I know.
So there were total of 5 animals. Let me see how many you can get.
Goat, a cow, a chicken,
Yeah.
and a sheep,
Yeah.
and a horse. And
Yes.
a horse.
Okay.
And a goat.
Now I have got all 5 animals from Arav and Rihan. Let me see if you got the correct answer or not for the rapid fire. Let's see here. Ariman, a goat. That's right. So that's 1 animal. 4 to go. Goat we already got. Very good, Nirav. Cow, sheep, horse. 4 animal down, 1 to go. Horse we already covered. Red fat hen. That's correct. 5 animals. Goat, cow, sheep, horse, and a red fat hen. So the quiz winners are Nirav and Ariman. Are you ready for the rapid fire question number 2?
Yes.
Sheep, that's right, Athar. Rapid fire question number 2. Do you remember we said like how many countries are there in Europe in the beginning? Do you remember?
Yeah. Yes, 44.
Hey, you have to whisper in my ears. Now everybody heard it. How many countries are there in Europe? Okay, that's your rapid fire question number 2. Arav and Rihan gave me the correct answer. I hope you know the answer too. Are you ready? Neera, very good. Ariman, very good. Athar, very good. And Kashvi, amazing. Clap for all of you guys. Awesome. Now the last question, rapid fire question number 3. We talked about inventions from Eastern Europe. These people are great at innovating things, right? So can you tell me one invention from Eastern Europe?
Me.
Hey, good. Rihan gave me the correct answer. Arav. Arav also gave me 2 correct answers. Yes, 3. 4 were there. I told you about 4 inventions.
I know. CD.
That's already done. We talked about 4 inventions done at Eastern Europe. Let me see which all can you remember.
CD.
That's right.
Jet engine.
Yes.
Jet engine.
Yes.
And fountain
I got all 4 from Rihan and Arav. I hope you remember it too. Let's see.
High 5, Arav.
So Ariman says 3. 3 as in Sri Lanka.
CD.
CD, fountain pen, jet engine. That's 3. Can you remember one more? Very good, Neerav. You're amazing. Siddharth says CD. That's correct too. Can you remember one more, guys?
Me.
CD, fountain pen, jet engine.
Me.
And?
I remember one.
Do you remember one more?
Yeah.
Fountain pen is correct, but it's already covered. CD, fountain pen, jet engine. And guys, which is the other one? The 4th one? You forgot? I can't believe
Digital
it.
watch.
Digital watch. Yay. Awesome.
Has such a good memory.
So thank you for participating in the quiz today. And we hope you had a lot of fun in the story, just like we did. And remember how they say, like, yes in Eastern Europe, like this. So we had a lot of fun. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow with another story. Take care of yourself and have a lot of fun. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
I had a lot of fun. Yes, I had a lot of fun.
Then do this. Yes. Yes, I had a lot of fun.
Yes, I had a lot of fun.
Yes, I had a lot of fun. Ta-ta, guys.
Ta-ta.